I think the person I'm gonna pick, which a lot of people forgot that he played college football at the U, and he was Ray Lewis's teammate. He lifted with Ray Lewis in the mornings. Warren Sapp's teammate as well. I'm gonna go with The Rock,
Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. There's no one else that I think would be better. He's already in charge of the UFL. Why
Yep.
wouldn't we put him in front of Miami Hurricanes football? What is going on, You Don't Know Ball podcast fans? Welcome back to the show. This week we have Alex and I only, or as your two hosts today. Caleb is traveling back from his vacation, and Jack is off trying to get his degree in something, or he's being studious. But today you get Alex and I, and we are going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about what do you want to start, Alex? You want to start with the national championship first? Probably should.
Yeah, we probably should address the heartbreak
Yeah,
one, not for me, but for many Houston fans.
yeah. So last Monday, we watched the national championship. Florida Gators take down the Houston Cougars in the tournament final. It was a great game, really back and forth. Houston was up only the entire game, but only 12 seconds. The last 12 seconds, I think Florida was leading or something like that. No,
I,
wait. So
I it was I think it was like the last like 2 or 3 minutes.
no, it said I saw a graphic that said Florida only led the game for 12 seconds.
Oh yeah,
So
you might be right.
that's pretty insane when you think about it. Houston was just dominating the game, and then those last couple minutes and seconds, it just fell apart.
Hmm.
So we know that our fellow host or fake host Grayson Middleton is really happy about that. He was on
Yep.
cloud nine that Monday night because
Yep.
the Gators
He
are
was.
the only program to win 3 college football national championships and three March Madness tournament championships. So that's pretty cool to flex as a Gators fan, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Congratulations, Grayson.
yeah, I guess shout out to Grayson and congrats. But but no, it was a good game though. I'm glad that we got. I mean, a lot of people didn't like the number one seeds all being the final four, but it provided us the best basketball games, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought so too.
And I thought the two best teams in the country were in the national championship. So
Yep.
that's what you can't ask for more than that. So congrats to the Florida Gators men's basketball team. Y'all played and dominated since the SEC tournament. You guys are a bunch of dogs. And Houston, I know you guys fell short, but congrats to you guys too, because it's really hard to win games in the tournament by the way you did, and make it to the national championship. It's just so hard, and I get that
Hmm.
that last possession did not go the way you wanted it to at all. That was probably one of the worst last two possessions I've ever seen in a national championship basketball game.
Nightmare scenario. Honestly,
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah, terrible. But congrats to you guys for even making it that far. It was
Hmm.
pretty incredible. You guys both had an incredible season. But there's only one winner, and Florida got to take that honor. So, but that's a wrap on college basketball for me. I thought it was a good season. I didn't really watch much because it's just I was in college football playoffs were right in the middle of the basketball season starting. I didn't really pay attention because my team sucked, and I only really watched like games that were getting closer to the tournament because I want to know who was actually going to be solid for the tournament.
Yeah.
But I thought it was an entertaining season, though. There was a couple of games where you were just like, "Wow, this is a lot
Yeah,
of
I
fun."
liked both. I think both Alabama Auburn games were really cool to watch.
Oh
I think
yeah,
they were pretty close. Uh, the Tennessee Alabama game where the Tennessee won off the buzzer beater, that was cool. And then Michigan just pulling out of nowhere just to win the Big Ten championship tournament the tournament thing. And no, let's be honest, nobody really thought they were gonna do that other than I as a diehard Michigan fan, I'm not really big of a basketball fan, but I didn't think they were going to do it because of how sloppy they were. They were in the finish the season, but I'm glad they turned it around and then made the Sweet 16 after the tournament. So it was cool.
Yeah, Michigan really turned it around towards the Big Ten tournament and really caught fire. So that was really cool to see
Mm-hmm.
for a Michigan team. So,
Yep.
Notre Dame basketball, you're up next. You better come back with a fire, like with an intensity unknown to mankind. Shout out
Eh,
Harbaugh.
Oh yeah. Well,
Shrewsbury, it's your ass if we don't win, make it in a tournament. I swear to God.
it's about time Notre Dame starts to be good at basketball again because they would make the tournament consistently because they used to be so good. I felt like.
Yeah, yeah. They used to be like a tournament team every year. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but all right, we're gonna move into our next segment here. It is actually Alex came up with this topic. So Alex said, let's name our put 10 teams down on our list and pick our most favorable people or 10 alumni or whatever, but the person we want most to lead our college football program. So we have 10 teams here, and we're
As a
gonna.
general manager,
It's a general manager.
because
Sorry, general
NIL
manager.
NIL is making opportunities for a lot of big time names out there. Like Steph Curry is now a general manager for Davidson basketball.
Davidson.
I think Draymond does something. I don't know what he does for
I'm sure he
MSU.
helps Michigan State, but
Yeah. And then I don't know. I think there's a bunch of I think there's one more that was just came out. I can't remember though. But yeah, I thought it was a cool topic that we can discuss because dream scenarios, we'll see what happens, but
yeah.
who we thought was best for the teams that we selected.
You may be thinking to yourself, haven't I seen this already? Yes. You might have if
Yes.
you watched the Unnecessary Roughness show provided by Barstool. They did their team. So Brandon Walker did Mississippi State, and I don't remember what I think he said Dak Prescott.
Dak, yep.
Uh, Casey did Texas A&M, and she did Johnny Football. Uh, what's Big Ev did Ohio State. I can't remember who he did. I think it
I
was
felt like
Urban.
I think yeah, I think he picked Urban and then he had I think Bowling Green's head coach, I think Eddie George or whatever his name
Oh,
is.
Eddie George, right? Yep.
Yeah.
And then Blutman did UCLA, and I don't remember who he picked.
Picked himself.
Oh, that's right, he picked himself
Yep.
because he believes that there's no one better than him. But so we have 10 teams here, and let me pull that up real quick. All right, so here is the list, Alex. Didn't share my screen. Whoops, sorry. All right, so we are starting with, of course, our two alma maters. Not alma maters, our favorite teams. My bad. I did not go to Notre Dame, and Alex certainly didn't go to Michigan, but we're big
I
fans.
wish.
but we started with Notre Dame and Michigan because those are our two favorite teams, and then three. We have Texas, and then we have USC, then we have Nebraska, then we have Miami Hurricanes, and then we have Florida. Then we have North Carolina, then Alabama, then Ole Miss, and then Western Michigan. For all you Kalamazoo listeners, we put in the Broncos in there, but we're not sure. I have a person that I think I might like there, but we'll see if you
I
guys
think
agree.
I got one too. I think I don't know if it's the same one as yours though.
Oh, we'll see. I guess we'll see when we get there.
Yeah.
For Notre Dame, I'm gonna. Gosh, there's so many like great alumni that would be so good for this role. Gosh, I can't.
Do you want to have your selection and my selection, or do you just want to like
Yeah, we could
have
do.
one out and then agree? Okay.
Yeah, we'll do your selection and my selection
All right.
for Notre Dame. Gosh,
Somebody
I don't
that's
even.
living.
Yeah, it has to be okay. So it has to be someone that's alive. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, there's really. I mean, I could say Joe Montana. I could say Rudy. Not Rudy. I don't want Rudy.
No, not. I wouldn't pick Rudy.
But I could pick Joe Montana. I could pick Golden Tate. I could pick Josh Adams. I could pick Will Fuller if I really wanted to. But if there's anybody that I would want as a general manager for Notre Dame football, there's no one else that I think would do as good a job than Ian Book. He was a
Oh,
winner. He's the most winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history. I think he's a pretty bright guy because he went to Notre Dame, and now I think he's pretty involved in the school still. I even would do Jalen Smith too. I mean, there's a lot
yeah.
of guys that I would
Harrison Smith
or
too, probably.
Harrison Smith or Zach Martin.
Yeah.
Gosh, there's so many good people for this that I would pick, but I'm gonna go with Ian Book as
Oh, what about the
as a
bus?
Jerome Bettis. Dang, he's a good one too. I would still stick with Ian Book. He's younger and he
Okay.
could connect to the student athletes more, I think, and he's been through the shoes of Notre Dame football, and not to mention he's the winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history. So I feel like
Yeah.
if we were trying to pursue like a 5-star quarterback, and he committed here, he can always rely on like Ian Book giving him some like knowledge about how to like manage the pressure of being a Notre Dame quarterback. Because we saw
Hmm.
Riley Leonard talk about that with Gruden in his Barstool QB class this like today or yesterday. He was talking about how he reached out to like a bunch of alumni like Sam Hartman and Ian Book, and I was like, there's nobody better than in my mind than Ian Book to be the general manager for this team. So Ian Book's
Yeah.
my selection.
Yeah, I like that selection. If I were to pick somebody else, I would. I mean, I would agree with Ian Book, but I was thinking like Manti Te'o as well. Um,
Manti, oh, good one. I would have done Manti, but
Manti, or I know he's too old, but maybe Lou Holtz. So I don't know.
Lou
whatever,
Holtz.
whatever you.
Lou Holtz. I like
Too
Lou
old.
Holtz, but he's too old.
Yeah. But yep.
But yeah, you know what? Manti Te'o is actually a really good pick. I actually would take if both of them could work together. That'd be really great for the school. I think because we got
Hmm.
Heisman runner up in Manti Te'o, and then we have a winningest quarterback in Notre Dame history in Ian Book. So both are great selections. I feel like uh in my opinion. Let's move on
Yeah.
to the next one. I think we might have the same answer for this one, but Michigan Wolverines. Alex, who do you think?
So I have a few options I was thinking about. My obviously the number one that I'm pretty sure you would be thinking is Tom Brady. I mean,
That was my
uh,
pick.
pretty good quarterback for in the NFL. Not sure what he did in the NFL though. I'm just kidding.
Not like
And
he won 7 Super Bowls.
he was a comeback kid at Michigan. But honestly, if I was thinking to anybody else, if I was thinking more you can't say media savvy because I guess Tom Brady's now in the
Now he's literally the media.
yeah, but you know what? We're gonna say Connor Stallions. No, I'm just kidding.
I
No,
wouldn't hate that pick though, honestly.
yeah, yeah, but I was thinking more Desmond Howard because Desmond
He's a
Howard
good pick.
has a good brand. He has a lot for. I think both his sons go to Michigan, or at least one of them goes to Michigan. Yeah, I think him being a legend at Michigan with Heisman, and I think he won a national championship. I'm not really, I can't remember, but I think that he could be a really good general manager with some business, with some dealing with ESPN and what they do. He does for College Game Day weekly. I think he could be a good general manager for the Michigan
Yeah, for
Wolverines.
sure. I I still like Tom Brady because t- he's already like got a part ownership in the Raiders right now, so he knows
Hmm.
that side of the business. And for football, I would if Tom Brady was able to get the job and he was calling Michigan to be like a general manager for Michigan football. I'm no doubtly Michigan would take
Yeah,
him in because he's very. I think he's brilliant with what he in the football like mind landscape, and I think he's such a good, big brand. So there's really no way that anybody would say no to him if I was a Michigan fan. But Tom Brady was my pick.
yeah.
I thought that was a good pick.
You know what we should do? We should put our answers on the screen. So I know this is it. We could put for like tonight or maybe tomorrow morning. We could do like on Instagram stories like who would be the better general manager, and
Yeah,
then have our two selections for the
yeah, that'd be
football.
really cool. Yeah, we can do that. All right,
I can make
Alex,
an
go ahead and
edit probably.
get start on the next one. It's Texas.
All right, so Texas. I obviously a bunch of legends from Texas with um oh man, who Bevo? I'm just kidding. Bevo, Matthew McConaughey,
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey. Oh, I mean, man, I'm not a big Texas fan, but I know there's a bunch of names that out there that are big legends for that program. Vince Young, no, not Vince Carter, Vince Young. That's a big one too. But the one I was thinking of, that's honestly, if he was before the NIL time, and he would have been a star if he had that. Well, he was a star, but he would have made so much money. I'm thinking Sam Ellinger.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
I think he could be a
Sammy.
really good general manager. He doesn't play that much in the NFL now, so I mean, he's a backup. I think he's still at the Colts, but what better way to use your time than helping your alma mater find a better way to get a national championship? So I
Yeah,
think Sam Ellinger would be a good decision. But really, any Texas legend could go in. I mean, any of these people could go in there and really change the game of college football.
for sure. I was gonna say Matthew McConaughey just because of how involved he is with Texas athletics right now, as of
Mm-hmm.
already. But if there is anybody else I want to have, I'm gonna go a little bit farther back, and I'm gonna say Colt McCoy. He was
Oh yeah,
the
Colt.
Texas Longhorns quarterback. He's pretty smart. I think he's retired now. Uh, Actually, I better make sure he is retired.
He is retired. I think
Hope he's alive.
he is alive. Colt McCoy. He's alive.
Sorry. Yeah. So he went to Texas, and I played in the NFL a couple years, but I would be okay with having Colt McCoy as a general manager for Texas because he understands Texas's culture and he's won there. So I like Colt
hmm
McCoy there. I also put down McConaughey.
Yeah, we should probably have three options for Texas because of
Yeah,
how
because
big Matthew McConaughey his name is.
I don't know how to spell it. Don't flame me for how you spell. All right, so next team on the list we have USC, University of Southern Cal. I'm gonna do the president, or what many people down in over in California call him. I'm gonna do Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush will
Yeah.
be my guy. I think he's already so invested into USC athletics. He just got his Heisman back. You could see how much it meant to him. And I mean, what else would you want? He's a Heisman Trophy winner, and he knows how to win at USC, and he knows how much
hmm
the culture means to him. So I'm gonna say Reggie Bush.
Yep. That was my first option, but just to have a little competition, I'm gonna put Pete Carroll there. USC's
Pete
old
Carroll.
head coach. I know he's coaching at the Raiders now, but maybe he has some free time to. I mean, general managers really just manage things, so it's not a lot of work. So he could probably, and he's not that far away from them. So he has a hobby, I guess. Here,
Yeah.
as do you want to know how to spell McConaughey?
Oh no, I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Uh, Starting again in three, two, one. Next up, we have Nebraska Cornhuskers. I think we pretty much will have the same one on this one. I don't think it's really an option.
No one.
Uh, Will Compton.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do
Yeah,
Will.
Will Compton.
There's
I'll
nobody
try to
else that
think of
comes to
one
my
more.
mind. I mean, you can say Amon Green, but I think Will Compton is pretty invested in the Nebraska
Will
Cornhuskers
Compton, and
athletics.
then there's one guy that I can't remember what his name. Hmm.
I think we shouldn't even
I
give it.
know. And you know what? Actually, this is gonna probably get some heat because we don't we're no Nebraska fans over here, but you know what? Put Scott Frost in there. I know he didn't have a
No,
good
no.
didn't have a good coaching career there, but he did win a national championship with Nebraska when he played in college, and maybe he'll be better as a general manager than a coach.
We'll see. I mean, Scott Frost is now coaching at
Oh
UCF. You know.
no! Let's scratch that. I got a better one. Ndamukong Suh.
There
He
we
would
go.
be he would be better. He's retired. I think he loves Nebraska. I think he's a good pick for Nebraska.
All right, so we'll do the Ndamukong Suh as the other option, but I think everybody's gonna pick Will Compton because he constantly just talking about how much he loves Nebraska football.
hmm
So next we have the Miami Hurricanes. Alex, you can go first on this one because I don't know who you're gonna pick.
I was gonna pick either I think Ray Lewis went here, didn't he?
Yep.
Or Eddie. Oh, what's his name? Ed. Oh, what's his last name?
Eddie George? No, not Eddie George.
Not A. George.
What's his name?
You know who? You know who I'm thinking of, right? The safety for the.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh gosh, I can't remember his name though.
Hold on.
Uh, I'm gonna say
Ed
my
Reed, I think. Ed
Ed
Reed.
Reed. Yeah, Ed Reed went there. Yep, Ed Reed went to Miami. So those are two good options, Alex.
Yeah. So
Who would you pick if you had to choose out of the two?
I'd put Ray Lewis probably.
Yeah, Ray Lewis is a good option.
Hmm.
I think the person I'm gonna pick, which a lot of people forgot that he played college football at the U, and he was Ray Lewis's teammate. He lifted with Ray Lewis in the mornings. Warren Sapp's teammate as well. I'm gonna go with The Rock,
Yeah.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson. There's no one else that I think would be better. He's already in charge of the UFL. Why
Yep.
wouldn't we put him in front of the Miami Hurricanes football general manager? I
Yeah,
think
that's a good choice.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson is a home run
Yeah.
here. So
Why you don't think Greg Olson would be a good pick?
no.
If our fans know, you know what I'm alluding to. Alluding to.
Alluding to Greg Olson. Who else? Who else is on that? No, we don't need to get into that.
No, we don't need to.
All right. So next up, we have the Florida Gators. Tim Tebow. That's my only option, I think.
Yeah, you could pick you do Tim Tebow. Um, man, I'm gonna think of one real fast. Man, a lot of good people at Florida.
It's typically what people say when they don't know who they're going to think about.
No, I know. You could say Urban Meyer if you wanted, but I don't think I don't know.
I don't know. I think Tim Tebow has him beat by a long shot, though.
I do too. Let me look up some Florida.
There's a lot of good guys.
I'm gonna
from
feel like
Florida,
an
though.
idiot, but you know, it's
Sorry that
not
we don't
because.
know Florida football
Yeah, I'm
legends.
sorry, I don't know Florida football. Oh my God, Emmett Smith.
Oh yeah,
Emmett Smith, dude. That's a perfect one too.
both those guys are pretty good, I think. But
Yeah.
I'd still give the edge to Tim Tebow just because he he's already in that kind of business already. He's already in the media.
Mm-hmm.
He already knows how to. He would take that role and
Oh,
run with it.
Alex Anzalone, Lions legend. Just kidding.
Anzalone. Next we have North Carolina. I think there's literally like one person that Alex and I would think of who's already supplying all their apparel, but we're for the sake of this, we're gonna get rid of Michael Jordan and not keep him in there.
You could do Michael Jordan.
I mean, who are you gonna do?
I was thinking either, you know, what's his name? What was it?
Who are you thinking about?
It
Sam
was a
Howell?
quarterback. Sam Howell. I was thinking Sam Howell or like that. I don't know his name. Don't even ask. But like the receiver that like the receiver that people were making all these TikTok edits that he's like dancing on the bench. And he's for North Carolina.
Oh yes, I know who that guy is. What is his name? Gosh, dude, hold on. Uh, North
I mean, you could
Carolina.
do Drake May, I guess too. You could do
No, he's a rookie. He just got out.
yeah. You could do There's another good North Carolina quarterback that was just there. Oh, what was his name? Uh,
Ryan
not Sam.
Switzer. That's
Ryan.
his
Yeah,
name.
Ryan Switzer.
Ryan Switzer. He's already a head coach now, I think. So
Yeah, he
Ryan
is.
Switzer's are actually a really good pick. They're a good pull. I'd go with him.
I'll do
I
it.
mean,
I'll do him. Not
all right.
pause. We will put him on that.
We'll put him on that.
Please
All
cut
right, so
that out.
we have Michael Jordan. I just ruined how I spent Michael Jordan. My bad. Yeah, looks about
No,
right.
it's Micheael. No. Yeah.
All right, cool, good enough. So Ryan Switzer or Michael Jordan? Ryan Switzer might be a better pick than Michael, I think here. So,
Ah.
uh, just because of the connections he has at North Carolina, and he was a baller there too. He was so
Mm-hmm.
good. I saw all the TikTok edits and his highlights. Dude was insane. He
Yep.
was like a Wes Welker and Danny Amendola like mixture.
Oh,
Just,
he
he
was
was
a
just
stud.
elite.
Yep.
So too bad he didn't work out in the pros. But next we have the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm gonna say Roll Tide Willie. I'm just kidding. Hell
That'd be a
no.
good one.
No, not
I think
putting Roll Tide Willie.
I'll take the obvious. I'll put Nick Saban on there. I mean,
Yeah,
he's already really a part of the Alabama culture already. He still has an office at Alabama. So
pretty sure he still kind of works there, right?
yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna say for mine, I'm gonna say Greg McElroy.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
he's the host of Always College Football podcast. He works for ESPN, and he's a national championship winning quarterback for the Crimson Tide. So I'm gonna say Greg
Mhm.
McElroy. He already has a lot of knowledge about the game. He knows the ins and outs through the media and publicity of the game, I guess. And I think would be a good recruiter because, like say, sometimes the things he talks about just makes me like think about. It just makes me feel like, wow, my knowledge for football does just not like even come close to what he talks
Yeah,
about.
that's how I
I'm just
feel
shocked.
sometimes too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say Greg McElroy here. All right, so next one we have Ole Miss. Gosh, I don't really know anybody other than Eli Manning, right?
Eli Manning, I think Archie went there too.
We should probably just put Eli Manning there
Hold on,
because
I'm gonna look it up.
who else would be better for that job? Like, we gotta think. If there's anybody that's gonna take that general manager job, it's gonna be Eli Manning.
Archie Manning did go to Ole Miss.
But no one really cares. I don't
Wait,
think.
no, he didn't.
No, he didn't go to Ole Miss. He went to. Did he go to Ole Miss? I think maybe he did. But Alex, I think we should just say Eli Manning and be good with that.
Hold on, I'm gonna pick one.
All right, I'm sure the guy you pick was gonna be so good.
Archie Manning and Eli Manning both went to Ole Miss.
Yep.
I'm gonna pick a legend so we can just have
pick a legend. Alex, you're not gonna find one soul on there that's better than Eli Manning.
Evan Ingram, AJ Brown, DK Metcalf.
No, they're all still playing. They're not gonna give up. I think we should just take our losses here and just say Eli Manning.
Put Archie on there.
Fine. We'll put his dad.
Or I don't know.
All right, Archie Manning's on there. Here, we could say, what's that? Chad Kelly.
Oh yeah, Chad Kelly.
Mr.
Sure.
Mr. Irrelevant from Ole Miss football. He didn't work out in the NFL. Surprise, surprise. All right, last one on the list, we have Western Michigan. I did not mean to spell Western Michigan. I think the guy I'm going to go with is Corey Davis. He just retired from the NFL. I mean, there's not really any other option, I think, in my head. He was a stud at Western. I remember watching him win the MAC championship and going to that New Year's Six Bowl against Wisconsin and almost beating the Badgers. So I'm going to say Corey Davis, and I'm pretty sure Alex is going to agree with me on this.
Yeah, but I'll just say one for fun. Hunter Perry.
There we go, Hunter Perry. He better be listening still.
I don't know. I don't think that's a good one. Let me look.
Coach Perry, if you're still listening, there's your shout out. But if there's what other alumni from Western should we do? Because honestly, I don't really know anybody else other than Corey Davis that would be a good option. Corey Davis is a first round receiver for Western. Jack Conklin. Yeah. No, sorry. He played at Michigan State. My bad.
Yeah.
So stupid. That's on me.
Man. I feel like all the ones that like are that we can say are still playing, you know?
Maybe, I don't know. Let's just say Corey Davis. We don't need to have an option for this one because there's literally no one else that would do this job.
We could say yeah, you went to Western Michigan.
Fine, we'll put Matt LaFleur.
Matt LaFleur. head football coach of the Green Bay Packers.
Sure, he'll leave his job of the Green Bay Packers for Western Michigan general football
Everybody's be like,
manager.
no way, he didn't go there. He didn't go there.
Yeah, I mean, if he did, well, dang, he must have. But all right, so just to refresh everybody of who we picked, we
He
did
went to
Notre
Western
Dame.
and Saginaw Valley.
Wow, really? Did
Yeah.
not know that. So here we go down the list real quick. Notre Dame, we had Ian Book or Manti Te'o. Michigan, we had Tom Brady or Desmond Howard. Texas, we had Sam Ehlinger or Colt McCoy / Matthew McConaughey. USC, we had Reggie Bush or Pete Carroll. Nebraska, we had Will Compton or Ndamukong Suh. Miami Hurricanes, we had Ray Lewis or Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Florida, we had Tim Tebow or Emmitt Smith. North Carolina, we had Ryan Switzer or Michael Jordan. Alabama, Nick Saban or Greg McElroy. Ole Miss, Eli Manning or Chad Kelly. And then Western Michigan, we had Corey Davis or Matt LaFleur, who's still a coach for the Packers.
Yeah.
But
Well, Pete Carroll's still the coach of the Raiders.
yeah, I guess you're right. But so that's our list. We're gonna post a graphic here at some point the next day or so, and you let us know what you think. But I actually think that list is pretty solid. Let us know if you want us to do more of those because that was actually kind of fun, and I'm sure if we had the whole gang here, they'd say something about it too. Like I'm sure Jack's got a couple polls in there that he would have made us laugh or either actually been a good poll. But
Yeah.
uh,
Dream hypotheticals. That's what we'll call them.
yeah, there we go. Dream hypotheticals of general football managers. All right. Our next and final subject that Alex and I wanted to do, since college football is coming around and spring games are starting here this Saturday, which I will be going to watch the Notre Dame spring game to see who the hell our quarterback's going to be, since the race is pretty tight from what I'm hearing. But um, Alex, I wanted to go and say like just name like 5 games that we enjoyed the most from last season, and you tell us if they were a top 10 game or not. We'll see. I'll probably post a TikTok in there, but we have 5 games pulled up right here. And all right, 1 second. There we go. So all right, first game up, we had Notre Dame versus Penn State. I thought this playoff game was pretty entertaining. To be honest, I was on the edge of my seat the entire time I was watching this game, stressed as hell because I thought Notre Dame was gonna. Didn't think Notre Dame had a chance of going to a national championship whenever I was alive, and the fact that was happening was insane. Next game we had Georgia and Alabama. That game was electric. Ryan Williams literally coming to the stage and cementing himself as a star in college football at 17 years old was a legacy game for him.
Gotta
For
be
sure.
kidding
And
me.
Milroe. And Milroe, that was his best game of the entire season before he fell off the face of the earth. Next game, we had Michigan, Ohio State. It may not have been the highest scoring game, but it definitely had everybody who was watching on the edge of their seat because we couldn't believe that Michigan was actually going to be able to pull off an upset against the
the game. It's crazy.
in
They
the
were in
game,
the game.
the big bad Ohio State, who went on to win the national championship, which is just insane to even think about that a 7-win Michigan team beat that high caliber of a team. Next game we have is another Ohio State game. Unfortunately, it's in the regular season as well. It was Oregon, Ohio State. That game was so fun to watch too because
Yes.
both offenses were just giving each other haymakers after haymakers.
Down to the wire.
Down to the wire. Will Howard makes a crucial mistake, which allows Oregon to win that game. It was just so fun to watch. I would have watched. I was right after Notre Dame. I was at the Notre Dame game that day too, and they had just got a big win. Being able to go home and watch that game too, just 2 bangers back to back. So it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
And the last game on our list is a forgotten or like what's a good name? What's the word for this? I don't remember. A forgotten
like
game
an underdog?
that was really good. Not an underdog, but We
A
had
sneaker
Texas,
pick?
a sneaky pick, sure. We had Texas and Arizona State, the college football playoff game. That was, I think, the second round. That game was so good. Cam Scadaboo
Yeah.
in his last collegiate football game, literally carrying Arizona State back from being down big to winning, and then not Sam Ellinger. Gosh, get out of my head. Queen Ewers on fourth and forever, converting a big pass to win the game against to tie the game up against Arizona State, and then Texas ended up winning. That was a really fun game to watch because you literally at one point you had no idea who was going to win that game.
And
So
then literally, yeah, that. But like at the beginning of the game, you were like, "Oh, this is just gonna be a blowout," because Arizona State got a failed on fourth down or whatever. I think they might have even punted, and then
right,
Texas went right down the field and scored. And then it was a little like offsetting because of Texas as being so powerful, so power football, I guess. Well, more RPO, but I get whatever. But then Arizona State just clawed back in it and made it to overtime, which is
yeah,
crazy.
it was an electric game to watch. But I'm just thinking about that game. Texas's first possession was a punt return touchdown, and we all went, "Oh shit, here we go."
Mm-hmm.
We thought it was gonna be just a track run for Texas, but it
Yep.
ended up not being that, which was amazing to see because the Arizona State was a scrappy team, and I really underestimated them. So those are the 5 games we mentioned that we really like to watch and enjoy. Uh, just figured we get back into a little bit by little bit to get back into the college football mood because we are a couple of months away. Not sure how many Saturdays we're away because don't ask me. I'm not that kind of crazy. But going to the
9 days
spring
away
game.
from Michigan's spring game.
There we go. Notre Dame spring games this Saturday, so Alex and I will be going to that, having some fun to see what Notre Dame can bring to the table this year. Hopefully, another national championship caliber team or winning a national championship would be great. But then the next weekend we will be going to Michigan spring game to see the freshman phenom Bryce Underwood and see if he's all that or worth the $12.5 million they're paying him.
That and a new offense because of a
And a
new
new
offensive
offense.
coordinator.
Right.
So
So a lot to look forward to, honestly, in these next couple of weeks. So, but so keep in touch, keep watching it because we got a lot of good content coming out. I know next week or the following week we're gonna start breaking down top fives for every not every position group, but the major position groups like receivers, running backs, quarterbacks, for all the Power Five conferences, so like the Big Ten, Big 12, ACC, SEC, and we'll say independents because there is no Power Five anymore. It's the Power Four, but we'll throw in Notre Dame in there because they're my team and I'm the host of the show and I make the rules. Uh, but that's what just to give you something to look forward to because we certainly are. But that's gonna be it for I think this episode. Alex, do you have anything else to say or?
yeah, just let us know what you wanna hear or what you want to see. I mean, we enjoyed making this list. I know we did some drafts of players for last season. That was fun, and we could do it again for the 2025 season. But yeah, I mean, just let us know what you want to see, and we'll do our best to get that happening.
Yeah. I guess we could talk a little bit about the Tigers baseball here because they're on fire, just belting the Yankees, and I think a 2-day sweep or they played them 3 times. I don't know if they swept them, but shout
Hmm.
out to the Tigers, baby! They're on fire. I think
Yeah,
they're winner of 6 straight, and Javi Baez is slowly becoming into his prime again. So that's really good to see too.
2016 Cub Javi.
2016. Yep, that's good to see. He's actually making a lot of good plays in the field, which makes up for his his lacking of skills at the plate. But he's clawing back to a good average for Javi. So I'm looking forward to the Tigers baseball this year, and they look fun to watch. So hopefully soon we can go to a Tigers game and have a couple cold ones and do the 999 inning. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that
Ooh,
ever.
no,
But
no.
looking forward to that. It'll be fun to see a really good Tigers ball club. again and make the playoffs, and hopefully they could be a World Series contending team. But we all know that the Dodgers are really good as well. But I think it's going to be electric MLB season as well. So
Yes.
a lot of things to look forward to. But
Um,
I
Another thing that we can look forward to this weekend is the Masters. Everybody, whoever watches the Masters, happy Masters weekend. I know it's a time for people love to watch and enjoy the festivities. And if you're at home or on the course, you can make that drink the people make the drinks that they have there. They make those like peach ice cream sandwiches. Like they make almost everything. They can make anything at home, or you can just go buy it for however. I think it was like $8. Everything at the Augusta International Golf Course, or I don't remember the actual name of it, but the
Masters course.
Yeah, Masters course. But yeah, happy Masters weekend, and I know people are super excited for it.
Yeah, so I think Scheffler's tied for third right now at 4 under, and then Justin Rose is in first at 7 under. So my guy to win, I picked and I bet with my girlfriend's dad and my girlfriend. I picked Brian DeChambeau to win the whole thing. So I'm hoping he can pull through and actually win, because I may or may not have some money on him winning or not, but we'll figure it out. But Bryson DeChambeau, if you're listening, I know you're not. Win the Masters, for the love of God.
Don't end up in jail.
Get yourself a green jacket. But I think that's going to do it for us this week. Alex, don't you agree?
Yep.
Remember to look into the merch store, get all that good stuff, support our cousin's fiance's small business. And remember, we don't know ball, you don't know ball, we all don't know ball. We'll see you in the next episode. Peace.
Go Blue.